How's it going, boys? Johnny Superb Man here, and it's time to continue our New Jersey Be a GMO commentary. We're in episode 3, and you know what? I left the question up to you guys. Should we trade Martin Brodeur, or should we let him retire with the New Jersey Devils? A lot of you die hard saying, Johnny, don't trade him. What are you thinking? Don't trade him. And you know what? I would tend to agree with you guys, but this is a video game, and the majority of you guys wanted me to trade him. So, if we're trading him, that means we're rebuilding. We're going to sacrifice the first 2 years, and we're going to try and be a playoff team in the last 3 years and see if we can win a cup in those last 3 years, okay? So we're going to trade our number 1 goalie away and a bunch of our old veterans that we don't need for some youth. We're not going to trade for first-round draft picks. I'm going to go out there and try to find some 22, 23-year-olds so that we can be a winning team in 2 years from now, okay? Okie dokie. So first things first, let's go to the trading block and put everybody who we want to trade on the block. First up, Martin Brodeur. Absolutely. Second up, Patrick Elias. Absolutely. He's, I think 30, I forget how old he is, but he's got another $6 million a year on his contract. No way. We'll trade him away, and he's still 85 overall, so he's got some value. He's got more value than Brodeur, so we might actually get a first round, well, not first round, but first round value for him. And we're also going to put up, who do we want to put up here? We're not putting up Kovalchuk or Parise. We're going to keep them for at least 1 more year. Parise, we're going to keep for the whole time. Well, it depends on his contract signing, if we can get him for a good price. Who else do we want to put up there? You know what? What was that guy's name? Zubris, yes. Yes, Danius. He's not bad. He's like 81 overall, 82 as a grinder. He'd be fitting in. He'd fit in on a playoff team, absolutely. All right, so now we're going to go down here to what I want. This is what my team wants, the New Jersey Devils. You can switch through teams and see what other teams want too. Okay, so team wants what I want. I want offense because I need some forwards before defense. Got Adam Larson in the breadbasket and Volchenkov and Ballard now, so need to work on offense. Draft picks, I'm going to switch to early draft picks. I don't want just first rounds, second or third round would be fine as well because they're trading options, early rounds. And I want youth and prospects. Prime aged, a little bit of prime age, yeah, a little bit. But veterans, no veterans whatsoever. Centers, I need, wingers I need, defensemen I need, and goaltenders I need. Okay, so I need all of them. I need youth. Don't need any prime aged, and I don't need any veterans. Now we go to the other side. Is our team surplus? What do we have too much of? I say we have too much defense right now. Yeah, because our defense means defensive category, and a lot of the grinders and tough guys have strong defense, so that's what we're strong in, defense. We need offensive players. Draft picks, later rounds. I'm not trading away my early draft picks. Youth and prospects. No, I'm not really willing, but I do have some guys who I can trade, but not really. Prime age, I will trade. Veterans, I will trade. Centers, I will trade. My wingers, I will trade. I'll trade everybody out right now. Yeah. All right. So there you go. There's my trading block. Now, Brodeur, Elias are 2 guys who we really want to trade here. So first, let's try to find one for Brodeur. We're going to go to computer teams. See, now I'm on the Anaheim Ducks. Switch with RBLB. And now look, you can go down to the bottom left and look what they want. So we're looking for veteran goaltenders for any team. They do want goaltenders, but they don't want veteran goaltenders. So not a good trade to Anaheim. Winnipeg, nope, they don't want the Brodeur profile. Boston wants veterans, but they don't want goalies. They got Rask and Thomas. Same thing with Sabres. They don't want goalies. Don't want goalies. So I want someone who really wants a veteran goalie. That way you can get the best trade value. I'm just going to fly through this. Okay, Detroit, and they wouldn't mind giving up a first-round draft pick. Okay, so just remember that, Detroit. We're going to go into the trade deadline with knowing that. Okay, no. So Detroit was a strong team, so we're not going to stop for any other team unless it's the same as Detroit or better. Ooh! The Toronto Maple Leafs really want a goaltender. Okay, so the Toronto Maple Leafs and Detroit so far, is that it? Okay, so Toronto and Detroit, our best chances of dumping Brodeur. Like, other teams would take Brodeur, but Brodeur will get the best trade value from Detroit or Toronto. So we got to go through those teams and see who we like, who we can maybe pick up. Now we got Sikora, so let's do the same thing. We'll go through and see veteran wingers. Or, sorry, not Sikora, Elias. Yes, Elias, sorry. All right, so veteran wingers. Nope. Nope. Whoa. Boston wanted them. Okay. Calgary wanted them. Dun, 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 dun. Colorado wants them. Yeah, veteran wingers. Good. There's a lot. Ooh, Detroit wants them. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. No. Islanders want them. Ooh, Ottawa really wants them. I think Ottawa, yeah. Ottawa for Iliash, all right, boys? Remember that. Ottawa for Iliash. That's definitely. They really want a veteran winger. Okay. So Ottawa. Yeah. Ottawa and Toronto is going to be our 2 trade teams. The other guys we can find manually. Okay, so let's go into the trading block, or the trade deadline, sorry. And let's start wheeling and dealing. We're a selling team. We're going to sacrifice this year. Even though we could still make the playoffs, you guys want me to trade Roeder? It's going to be too much to go out and get a goaltender right now. I'll get a goaltender maybe in the off season. Maybe somebody, a high goaltender, will come along. Then I can use him to trade for a better goaltender. Broder doesn't have the trade value for a goaltender right now. I'll have to trade like 2 first-round draft picks to get a good goaltender for Broder, with Broder in the trade, so no thank you. Trading, negotiations, let's do it. All right, wow, all those things on my trading block and not a single, okay, whatever. I'm going to have to fire the first salvo here. Okay, so let's put Broder on the block. Toronto for Broder. So they want a goalie. They really do. Now, who can we take off Toronto? Any good young defenseman that I could steal? Jake Gardner, who's having a great season, but is underrated in this game. Absolutely. Yeah, we could try to pick up Jake Gardner. He's not that great, though, in this game. But 79 overall, it's not that bad. So we'll put Jake Gardner in there. Remember, boys, I said I'm not going for first-round draft picks. I'm going for guys who are 21, 22, 23. Okay, Jake Gardner, he's already 79 overall with a B-, B-. And look, the C for athleticism, but he's already fast for a defenseman. So he could be a good overall in every category defenseman, 83 overall, 84 overall. That's a great third-line defenseman for me. Maybe even second-line defenseman. So I'm going to grab Jake Gardner. What's their surplus? Look in the bottom right. It says team wants and team surplus. So they have a lot of athleticism. So that's what Jake Gardner is. He's athleticism. So they want to kind of get rid of players like that. So Broder for Gardner. Okay, who else could we add to the equation here? Don't want another defenseman from the Leafs. Keith Ollie. He's 22. Kind of the, yeah, look at that. He's 78 overall. Yep, I'm going to try and get Keith Ollie. You guys are like, oh, this is Leaf. You know what? Say what you want. I just showed you their stats, and I told you what the profile of player I'm looking for here. Though I'm not interested in grabbing first-round draft picks. I'll make those first-round draft picks when the draft comes. I can make those trades, but I want to get players. I want to start on my depth, see maybe if I can keep Kovalchuk and Parise. But if I have to trade one of those guys to get a few players, then I will. But we're starting. We're going to sacrifice. These guys will be in the mid-80s in 2 or 3 years. Guarantee you. I'll hold my reputation to that. All right, see who else that we can get maybe. Now, there is one guy I really would love to get. This guy, Joe Colborne. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to get him, though. Okay. I'm going to add Joe Colborne to the equation as well. Okay, so a center and 2 defensemen. All right? See, look at Joe Colborne's trade value, though, compared to Ollie and Gardner. Yeah, it's like double it, triple it maybe. So, Broder and Colborne, I think, yeah, Colborne is higher, but that's okay. Okay, so these are, look at this. Gardner, 21. Ollie, 22. Colborne, 22. All right? 3 young prospects. We're giving Martin Broder, how much trade? No, they don't have enough. I think, well, let's try. Hang on. I'm pretty sure this won't work. Yeah, they're too close to the salary cap. That's a lot of money that they have to take on there. They're not going to like it. Okay, is there anybody else we can trade that we don't need? Because I'm going to trade some prospects to them that I know I'm not going to use. Anyone in here? No. I need somebody with some trade value here. No, we'll leave Ted. I'm just going to call him Ted. He's getting the nickname Ted now. I'm going to leave Ted. Palmieri? I think we got to keep Palmieri. Yeah, 22 years old. Yeah, he fits the profile of the team. Peter Sikora maybe we can add? Yeah, they'll take Peter Sikora. Okay. We don't need him. He's 35. Not much of a trade value. We're just trying to add on to this this deal any way we can that won't affect us. There's the trade. There's the timer going off. Sorry. All right, maybe we should trade Adam Larson. Yeah, let's trade. What the hell, Johnny? What are you doing? I'm joking, boys. Calm down. He's our franchise. We ain't trading Adam Larson. He fits the profile perfectly. He's younger than 20, and he's already 80 overall. Hell yeah, we're not trading him. Calm down, calm down. Green, Tallender. You know what? Maybe we can trade Tallender because he's 33. Yeah, I'm going to try and trade this guy. Is there anybody else we can trade other than Tallender? Faint? No. Let's try Tallender. You know what? This might put them over the cap. Yeah, they don't like that. Is there anybody on your team that you can dump off who's very shit, but very... No. Okay. The Leafs are a hard team to negotiate with just because of the salary cap. They have a lot of players on there. Okay, we take Tallender off. We'll give them... Tayar Mina. I don't think this guy was... Yeah, this guy. I remember. No potential anywhere. 74. No. I'll give him in the deal. Tayar Mina. Doesn't add much. Oh, they don't want that now. I'm going to execute the... Actually, no. If I execute it, it'll... It's not like that. Okay, hang on. Why won't they accept that? Oh, Tallender's still in the trade. My bad. Sorry, guys. I totally blanked out there. There you go. Tayar Mina. Okay. So, Gardner, Ollie, Colburn for Brodeur, Sikora, Tayar Mina. The trade value I still think is stocked on Toronto's side. So I'm going to have to add some draft picks. Yes. Don't worry, boys. I'm going to use the year that we don't get to. This is my free year of draft picks, and I'm going to use some here. A third and a second. That's right. Don't worry about it. I want these players, and I don't have a lot of cell phones. I think this is a steal because these guys are all first-round draft picks. All right. Brodeur, he's over the hill. Sikora, over the hill. Tayar Mina. I'm not going to use Tayar Mina. He's 25. A third rounder and a second rounder in a year I'm not going to use. A bit steep for the draft picks, but I want this trade. All right, let's see if it works, boys. Jake Gardner, Keith Ollie, and Joe Colburn. 22, 22, and 21 years old. For Brodeur, Sikora, Tayar Mina. 39, 35, 25 years old, and a third and a second. Let's see if it goes through, boys. Oh, the Toronto Maple Leafs are not willing to trade away our prospects at this time, so we respectfully decline your offer. Oh. All right. What did I say? I told you that was a good trade for us. That's okay, though. We're going to go right back to it. Okay. Defenseman, Ollie, and Gardner. Okay, so let's do the smart thing. We're not going to add Colburn to the deal. He's too much. We're going to put Brodeur. Sikora. Who else are we going to throw in there? There was other young guys I thought I wanted to throw in there. And Tayar Mina, yes. All right, so Ollie and Gardner for Brodeur, Sikora, Tayar Mina. We're going to throw some draft picks in there. Not good draft picks. I'm just going to fill out the deal here. 7th and a 6th. So Brodeur, Sikora, Tayar Mina, 7th and a 6th. Pretty much the same deal. Bit worse on the draft picks, but there's no Joe Colburn now. And he was the heavy trade value guy. Okay, here we go. No! Would not address our deficiencies in the defensive strength. Now, these guys are hard bargainers. Okay. I'll do one more hour in this video of trade negotiations, then we'll push it over to the other video, all right? Damn, boys. Damn, I thought, okay, so we're getting some trades here. Okay, so let's answer them. Remember, I might still trade them to other teams. Craig and Valabak, 30 and 26 years old. No, didn't you read my trading block? Yeah, freaking idioso. Mario Lemieux, get on that. Tell your GM what the hell is going on. Ryan Vesish, 39, and Alexander Dake. No, thank you. 37 and 29 years old for draft picks. Why? I'm not interested in that whatsoever. Come on now. All right, we're going back to Toronto. You guys will trade us these players. Gardner and Ollie. Now remember, I'm not going to give in to them. I'm not going to, where it's just because I can't get them, I'm going to be like, oh, I need to get these guys, so I'm going to overgive. Nope. So they wanted defensive. They said that they didn't accept the trade because it doesn't address the defensive deficiencies. So we're going to give them Henrik Tallender, because he's 33. He's not bad right now. He still has 1 or 2 more good years in him, but we're trading for this type of player in 2 or 3 years. So it's and this way, look, it works, and he's worth more than Brodeur. I might be able to get away with the trade without Brodeur this time. So hang on. If I add Brodeur to the deal, the salary cap is too much. So now, let's see maybe if we can get a player who has a bit of salary from the Leafs instead of Joe Colborne. Because, what's his face? Tallender actually is worth something. So hang on a second here. You know what? Let's take Jeff Finger. Look at that. 3.5 mil, 1 year left, and he's that for trade value. I can really free up their cap if I make a trade here. So Tallender and Brodeur. Hang on a second. I'm looking at the trade value. Tallender and Brodeur for Gardner, Ollie, Finger. Oh, man, this is good. This is good. You know why? Because I've put Finger on the table, and this helps with the salary cap situation. Now I can have Tallender and Brodeur on the same. Ooh, maybe I can put Colburn back in here now. Hang on. Oh, this is interesting now. Okay, they still accept that. Okay. So now I have to add to this deal. Who was I adding before? Hang on. You know what? Let's give him... No, will they accept Danius? No, it's too much. Damn, Danius. Ilyash? No, too much. Bernier? You know what? We don't really need Steve Bernier. We picked him up free agency. He's 26. I mean, not bad, but defensive and offensive awareness nowhere to be found. I like to get players like that. You know, just put him in on the deal. And they accepted. Okay, so he's another. Yeah, that's actually, you know what? They might accept this because they wanted the veteran goalie. They said they want veteran. They want any type of veteran when that's highlighted. Veteran goalie. They have a veteran defenseman here. Steve Bernier, who's a nice fourth line addition. You're giving me a salary cap guy in Jeff Finger, Joe Colburn. Okay. They have to give me this now. I'm going to add that other guy. What was his name? Teormina. Yes. And I'm going to go down. I don't care, boys, because I'm running out of trades because I only have 2 phones and I still have to trade Zubris and Sikora. So I need to make this trade happen now. If it doesn't happen this time, I might have to not abandon Toronto, but work on Ottawa. Remember, we wanted Ottawa for Sikora, so we might have to go to that next. Okay, so here it is. 2nd round pick. Now, this is a bit more for them. Like, I really have given them the better deal, I think, here, but I think it works out for both teams. Tallender, Brodeur, Bernier, Teormina, and a 2nd for Gardner, Ollie, Finger, who is just a salary cap, and Colburn. So it's really Colburn, Ollie, and Gardner for Tallender, Brodeur, Bernier, Teormina, and a 2nd. Yeah, they are getting a lot for this, but I am too, I think. Here we go. Let's see if it works. Oh, it went through. Absolute no-brainer. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we made a good trade. I think we made a good trade. Remember that first trade that I always make? It's always going to be a bit on the other team, but we have just put in place our center, our 3rd-line center, and our 2 3rd-line defensemen for our whole franchise. So I think that's good for Martin Brodeur and a defenseman who we're not going to use. I think that's good. And a 2nd-round pick just to sweeten the deal because I need to make these trades happen, boys. Remember, there's a time limit, right? It's not like I'm just in the regular mode where I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, for how many times I want it. It doesn't work like that. Who can we bring up here? You know, let's bring up the kids I traded for. Here we go. Oh, I need to bring up more. Yeah, let's bring up Ted. Why not? Oh, still more. Oh, I think it's the goalie I need to bring up. Yeah, it's the goalie. Yeah, because I traded. So we are very weak for goaltender now. But don't worry, free agency, we'll find somebody. We'll make a trade. But we're going to flunk this year, see if we can get a good draft pick. You know what I mean? A high draft pick choice. All right, we have one more trade left, but I got to end this video, boys. So I'm going to end this video, get it up, and we're going to continue in the next video. Take it easy.